everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today, well, let me backtrack. First off, I want to apologize for not getting a tutorial up for you for New Year's Eve. Time got away from me, work got really busy, and I just did not have the opportunity. I didn't have the time to be able to film one, but I promise I will do one for you for Valentine's Day. So that, and I'll have a few from now until then, but for the next special occasion, I will have a tutorial for you. I am sorry I didn't get one up for New Year's, but today is New Year's Eve. This is my look for New Year's, not doing anything special. So I wanted to do my best of mainly beauty for 2017. I did this last year and it was mainly beauty products, but I did throw in a few little things here and there that were not beauty related that I just loved from 2016. So I want to do the same for 2017, but I of course am going to start off with the beauty products, and so there's quite a bit that I have got, like a pile going on over here. So I'm going to move quickly. I will do a few swatches for you. I'm just not going to do swatches of everything because if not, this video would be extremely long. So let's jump right into this. Okay, I'm going to start off with the non-makeup items, more the beauty related items. Now, most of these are items that launched in 2017. However, there are a few that have been around for a little while, even before 2017. It's just they were new to me in 2017 and I ended up loving them, and so I did throw those in. One of them being the L'Oreal Revitalift Radiant Smoothing Cream Cleanser. I have found that this cleanser is what my skin loves in the wintertime. When my skin gets incredibly dry, and I have normal skin, I don't have oily, I really don't have dry. In the winter, it'll start to feel a little tight and dry, and that's the reason I use this, but other than that, I don't really have issues. And this is like $5 at the grocery store, so you can't beat that. It cleans off all my makeup. So what I do is I go in with like my pharmacy, the Green Clean to take off eye makeup, or the Clinique Take the Day Away or Take the Day Off to get my eye makeup off. And then what I do is I just wet my face and I go in with this, and it takes off all the makeup. It really does a great job. And by the time I'm done washing my face doesn't feel tight and dry like you normally feel. Like I said, it's like $5. I have been loving this. I would in a heartbeat repurchase. In fact, this is a repurchase, and so just wanted to include this for sure as one of my favorites for 2017. Again, not new to 2017, just pretty new to me, and that I discovered that earlier in the year, so I have been using it pretty consistently throughout the year. So the next item for my face is the Kiehl's Midnight Recovery Concentrate. Pretty sure this has been around for a while. I discovered it a few months ago, and I have found this to be very similar to what the Sunday Riley Good Jeans does for my skin, only at a fraction of the cost. I think this one's like $42, $46. And when I think I had told y'all earlier in the year, I was finding that my skin was developing like bumps and a little bit of, I don't know, roughness, texture, I guess you could call it. So what I do is I dot on my Josie Maran Argan Oil Body Butter, which is what I've told you I use as my night cream for the face, and then I grab some of this, I drip a little bit down my forehead and down each cheek. I mix it all in, and I can't even tell you, and it's got like a lavender type smell, so it's very, very soothing, and it is a night type of serum, and so it's just, the scent is really, really soothing to the senses, and it almost relaxes you for sleep. The next morning, my skin just awakens so refreshed, so smooth. I love this stuff. Moving on. So this I found, not that I found it, and it's not new to 2017. I picked it up during one of the Sephora sales. It was the... No, I didn't. I didn't pick it up during one of the Sephora sales. I picked it up when it launched as a special deal with this and then the Kopari lip ointment or lip treatment, whatever it is. Anyways, so I probably picked this up in October, and I've been using it for 2 months now on my hair, and I can tell you that my hair cannot live without it now. It's just, I have tried the coconut oil in the beauty section of my grocery store. I think it was by Shea Moisture. It was okay. This thing is that, I mean, this just puts all the others to shame. It's so, so good. And I have very dry, thin, brittle hair. It's my hair type has changed quite a bit over the years, and I have found that it's hard to find something that makes it feel like my hair's a little bit thicker, like my hair's a little bit more moisturized, and this does it. And you don't need a whole lot. Obviously, coconut oil is a solid, and so you have to kind of scrape some out with a finger, and you warm it up in your hands. I love to start at the ends and go work my way up. I don't apply it obviously to the roots, but I start at the ends, I work my way up, and this has been a game changer for my hair routine. I cannot live without this. So as soon as this is out, I will be repurchasing the large jar. This stuff, the hype is real on this. I highly, highly suggest this. Loving this for the latter part of 2017. So a couple of little things. The Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir Mascara. This is not new to 2017, but it has been so incredible. I like to pick these up with the Point Perks at Sephora, and that's how I ended up discovering it. And now when they release them for Point Perks, I get like 4 or 5 of them, because this has been my favorite mascara of all time. If I'm not using falsies especially, this makes my lashes look so long, full, rich, and obviously, you know, black because it's Velvet Noir. This mascara is incredible. It's pricey if you're going to pick it up. I think it's like $27. So the best route is when Sephora releases them as Point Perks, and this also comes out in sets like the Sephora favorites. This thing is incredible. Love it. And I can't get myself to move to any other mascara. The other item I think was a release in 2017. It's by Maybelline. It's called the Master Prime, and it's an eyeshadow primer. And I think I'm not going to be able to go to anything else. This has been, over the course of the last few months, because I had been loving this so much, I tried alternating to previous primers that I had been using, and it was like they couldn't hold up. This thing is so great. Now, I have mine in, let's see. Well, I don't know what to tell you it is. It's the one with kind of a satiny type finish. It's not the matte. There is a matte similar to Urban Decay's Eden. I'm curious to try that one, but this one goes on so smoothly. I think it was like $5 as well, kind of in that same price range as the L'Oreal face wash. This thing is incredible. It's lasted me a good while, and you can even see that I am pretty much out. I hope you can see. It's just, there's nothing left. And then I hate it when they do it to where you can't reach the product at the bottom. It's a plastic bottle, so it's not like I can cut it open, but I will be repurchasing this. Favorite eyeshadow primer, has been for really since it was released, so probably a good portion of this year. So really awesome. If you can find those really awesome standout items for the drugstore cost, then that's the way to go. One item that was limited edition that was just amazing, however, I heard it's going to make a comeback this year, so keep your eyes peeled. The Marc Jacobs Coconut Bronzer, the Omega Bronzer. This thing smells incredible and is so, so nice. The shade is perfect. I love it. It's perfect for my skin tone. Again, I am a light neutral. And so it's been really, really, pleasant. It makes my job easy because it's super smooth and it goes on almost giving like an airbrushed type look, and it again smells amazing. If you're not into coconut, I don't think you would like it, but absolutely worth it, and it's very, very large, so it will last quite some time. So that was a hit for 2017 for me. Okay. Before I move you on to palettes, let me move you on to this next basket. And again, I'm going to have to speed this up or this is going to be long. I feel like I've been saying that a lot lately. Okay, there's going to be several Fenty Beauty products in here. Fenty Beauty, I did not think I was going to love the brand as much as I did when it first was going to launch. I thought, okay, I don't know. I don't know what to think. I'm not one to really jump on the bandwagon for new foundations and things like that. Like eyeshadows are what catch my eye, certain palettes, things like that. Anyways, loved the matchsticks. So I have Starstruck and I have Confetti in the highlighter form. The highlighter matchsticks, I guess I should specify, are what I really, really loved. These things are an incredible base for your powder highlight, if you're looking to layer it up and make it pop, but they are also really, really great on their own. If you're looking for, it's kind of intense, it's an intense glow on its own, but they are just, I don't know what to tell you. They're really, really good. I like to warm it up on my hand first. You've probably seen in my tutorials, I like to warm it up on my hand first and then go in with the stick and then blend out with my finger. But the confetti version has glitter. It's an iridescent shade with glitter, and I have been loving them. So that's what those look like right here. So Starstruck is first, and then confetti is second. I hope you can see those. But they just perform so well, and I've been loving them. What can I say? Okay, another Fenty product that I have been just loving is, so when she came out with her holiday collection, she released these holographic glosses. This is my favorite, and it's called Gal on the Moon. And this is what it looks like. What can I say? I love the glitter that's included in these products. And these do have like a tingling, numbing kind of effect. Not to say that I'm really thrilled about that, but I love the finish. I love the shade, I love the glitter, the sparkle. It's just really, really nice. I ended up loving all 4 of these lip glosses, but I just wanted to include one to let you know that those were a favorite of mine for 2017. Another Fenty product that I didn't think I was going to love as much as I do is the Kilowatt highlighter in Trophy Wife. Now, this is too dark for me on my skin tone as a highlighter, but the pigmentation and sparkle is so incredible. I literally bought this just so that I could use it as an eyeshadow. This thing is really smooth. It's pigmented beyond words. I'm pretty sure you have seen this endlessly this year, but this thing is incredible. So for someone like me who loves all things pigmented, bold, and glittery, this was right up my alley and was a winner for 2017. I thought that was an incredible standout highlight shade, and for women with deeper skin tones, that was perfect. So it's kind of a win in all aspects. For me, it's a perfect eyeshadow, and on some it's a perfect highlight, so that was great. I have a couple of other Fenty Beauty products that I want to mention, and one is the face primer. This thing has such a soft texture. I don't know how to describe it to you. It's not just like a moisturizer. It goes a little bit more than that. It's a little thicker than that, and it's not tacky either. I don't know how to describe it, but this thing smooths out my skin so that, you know how they say when you want to smooth out your skin for kind of like a blank canvas. This does that. It is amazing. I love it. And then the other item that I have been loving is her foundation. Again, I said a little while ago, I'm not one to jump on the bandwagon when foundations first come out, but the hype was just becoming so much. And then I got a free, like a little sample from Sephora when I had placed an order. And as soon as I applied it that first day, I was like, I need this foundation just in a darker shade. So I had to go pick it up, and I have been loving it. So that was a total win, a total standout product for 2017. On the same note of foundations, though, I will hop on that. Speaking of the person who doesn't jump on the foundation bandwagon, this one was also getting a ton of hype. And so I thought, I do want to try it out, and it is the Huda Beauty foundation. And I have to say, if I had to choose one of these two, which is a very difficult decision, I would choose this one. This is so amazing. There is a reason it is constantly sold out in all shades on Sephora.com. There is good reason for that. It's what I'm wearing today. The shade is perfect. It's on the verge of being a little too dark, but it's not. It's perfect because it warms up my face, and I don't look ghostly light. There's times where I do look a little too light and I have to warm it up with bronzer. This is so good. The coverage is great. If you use too much, it can look a little too cakey, so you just have to use the you get to find out what the perfect amount is for your face. I have been using this nonstop, and I can already guarantee you this will be a repurchase for me. So that was amazing. Before I move on to more Huda products, the last Fenty product I have is her Stunna lipstick in the shade Uncensored. This is probably this is my favorite red and my favorite liquid lipstick of all time. I hope she comes out with more shades because this formula, this packaging is incredible. So the doe foot applicator is like nothing you've ever seen before. It's really, really strange. It's almost like an hourglass shape with a flat little slanted top right there, which is really bizarre. But I have found that it's perfect because the little tip is perfect for lining, and then you flip it over to that flat part and you fill it in. And then this stuff feels so light on your lips, feels like you're not wearing anything, which to me is a pretty lofty claim because most of the time it feels like you're wearing something and it feels kind of cracky and just kind of gross. This does not suck all the moisture from my lips. My lips don't feel like a prune when I'm wearing this, and I don't have to use any kind of like gloss or chapstick or anything underneath before applying. This stuff is incredible, and the bottle reminds me of like the kind of like what the Louboutin products have been looking like as far as the nail polishes and the I don't know if it's lipsticks or lip glosses. They have been looking somewhat similar to this, so this looks very, very luxurious. For the price tag, it was completely worth it. Favorite liquid lipstick of 2017, favorite red, probably favorite liquid lipstick and red of all time. So that's it for Fenty. I'm going to move on to, I had some Huda products. Okay, we'll get to those here in a second. A couple of other standout products for me, and I can't remember if I mentioned these in my 2016 Best of 2016 video. I don't think I did because they had just released as a preview for spring, but the Stila Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow. I've talked about these before, and I'm going to talk about them again. These things are the best. If you're looking for super high glitter, shine, sparkle, everything, it's what I'm wearing on my lids today. If you need something for a special occasion like New Year's, your birthday, Christmas, whatever, the Stila Magnificent Metals Glitter and Glow are my favorite glitter eyeshadows of all time. Probably one of my favorite beauty products of all time. I can't get over how amazing they are. Now, these particular ones are part of the summer collection, and I'll give you kind of a swatch of these. I didn't pick them because they were my favorite. I picked them because they were released in 2017, and so I thought it was a little more fitting to use these shades as, to let you know that still this is favorite product of 2017. Again, 2016 they released, but I think it was at the end of 2016 and it was a preview. So just to let you know, these two shades, again, they were part of the summer collection. They are still on the Sephora website, Sunset Cove and Into the Blue. One is iridescent, so the one right here is iridescent, obviously, and then the blue has kind of a duochrome going on. The glitter in the summer ones was a little bit less chunky. Nonetheless, they are so sparkly. If you're looking for some of their classic original ones like Kitten Karma, Smoky Storm, Smoldering Satin, those are some to get your hands on. They are so incredible. I know they released a couple of Christmas sets with minis, the perfect way to try them. One other product I guess I just found that's not makeup, but it is kind of skincare. It's the Glam Glow Glow Starter Mega Illuminating Moisturizer, and I think this was also part of Spring 2017. I can't remember for sure. This is, I will be repurchasing this. I'm probably about halfway done with this jar. In keeping consistent with all of their latest releases, it does smell like a creamsicle. It smells really, really good. It's a little stronger, so if you're sensitive to smells, you probably won't love this. But this gives, I'll a lot of times use this instead of as my moisturizer, as my makeup base, and this gives the perfect luminosity prior to putting on my foundation. So when I put on my foundation doesn't go on completely matte if I am using a matte foundation. So this is just incredible for making your skin feel moisturized, for smelling good, and also for that luminosity that you're looking for. And they've since come out with a couple of other shades. This is a nude glow. I think they have bronzed glow and there's a lighter one. This is my favorite out of the three. I have tested the others out, just not as crazy about them. This one is my favorite, and it's one of my favorite Glam Glow products. Let's move on to highlighters real quick. Actually, let me backtrack. I have one other face primer, and that is the Carez Greek Yogurt Smoothie. This is the one I used last week in my Shop My Stash. I have been using this pretty much all year. As soon as this is out, I will repurchase. This is the best primer for your face if you want something that's hydrating. Now, like I mentioned, it does go a little bit further into where it almost feels, it's going to sound bad if I say it has like a little bit of a oily residue afterwards. I'm not describing it properly or correctly to make it sound good, because the residue it leaves is perfect. It's so moisturizing. It gives like such a healthy glow. The thing about it is, if you've got oily skin, this would definitely not be for you for that reason. It would make your skin feel that much oilier. For those of you with normal to dry skin, this gives you just the perfect amount of feeling just slightly oily to where you're like, okay, I've got moisture in my skin and now I can go in with my foundation, especially if you're going to wear a really drying matte foundation. This is amazing. I've been using it all year. Can't remember if I included it in last year's, I think I got it in the spring sale. I can't even remember anymore. Time goes that fast. Okay, let me move you on to highlighters. Some of my favorite highlighter products of 2017. I've got a handful of them. One of them was the Hourglass, the Ambient Metallic Strobe Lighting Palette that they released for holiday. So this one's pretty recent. I have been loving it, and I have been using it so much. And I just noticed that, like, I super scratched it. I don't know how. Anyway, so your typical Hourglass palette comes like this. Doesn't really look like anything special, but these things are so metallic and so pigmented. So if you want like a supersonic glow, then these are for you. They're not for somebody, I think, of the faint of heart when it comes to highlight. This is very, very strong. And if you layer it over a cream highlight the way I love to do, then you get such pigmentation that is just, it's incredible. There's a reason I have it in my favorite 2017, my best of beauty. Okay, so for the next one, I just included one of the two, even though I loved both of them. So Ciate London released a couple of highlighters, and they have since released a few more. This particular one is in the shade Moon Dust. And then I think the other one is called Stardust. This is the more pinky tone of the two. The other one was the gold. I am in love with these highlighters. The texture, they're just so soft. They do have sparkle, so if you're not into that, then you won't like this. But I just have been loving, loving, loving these. This is, again, I love a bold, intense highlight, and this just does it for me. So these were probably, I can't remember, maybe $32 or $33, I think. So kind of in line with what a highlighter costs. Definitely not cheap, but the pan size is very, very generous. Let me see what it says. It is 5 grams or 0.17 ounces of product. So this is obviously going to last you a while. These are amazing. I loved them. So the other, I guess the next highlighter that I just have been loving, and I don't think these were new to 2017. I think they came out 2016. I picked mine up in 2017, so it was new to me, and it's the Starlit Powder by Makeup Forever. Again, I talked about this in last week's Shop My Stash. This is in the shade 13, and it's the one that probably Jaclyn Hill made uber popular. I mean, a lot of these things, let's just be real, she makes them really popular because she tries them, loves them, and then they just get hyped up from there. This one is worth the hype. So I think I told y'all last week I took this one with me to Disney World, and I know what days I wore it. So when I look at pictures, I'm like, that highlight is on point. That is awesome. So it comes, the only thing is it comes in kind of a really weird dispenser type form. It's got a hole there, so you kind of have to pour it into the cap. It's just not the neatest application. However, this thing is glow central. So that's what that looks like. Again, it is a loose powder because it's a pigment, but this thing is very, very luminous. And so if you're, again, looking for a bold highlight, then this is for you. I am not one for soft highlights. So if you're looking to see if I'm going to have a soft highlight as a favorite of 2017, I'm not. I just like the bold, super strong types of highlights. Another one that released several times in different shades over the course of 2017 was the Kylie loose highlighters. These things are kind of like that Starlit powder. They are no joke. They are very, very strong. There's a couple that had more of like the glitter particles in there. This particular one did not. This one's in the shade Santorini. It was part of her vacation collection for summer. And again, this is what it looks like. It's loose pigment and very, very, very bright, very strong. But it was another a favorite of mine for 2017, in which I think it was one of the best as far as highlights go. The last highlight that I have for you guys is one that I get asked about a lot when I wear it in my videos, and it's really, really intense. It's really great. And I feel like this was a pretty decent price. It's by Makeup Forever, and this is their newest, I guess, you know, the way you can place your pans in the palettes. This particular one was part of the travel section, and so it already came with these in them. It comes with the blush and it comes with the highlight. I bought it obviously for the highlight. The blush is actually really nice as well. And so this highlight right here, you can also buy it in the, there's a larger tin with 3, it's a trio, and it comes with the full size of this, and it was like $45. This was $22, and I figure I never go through a full size highlight, so I am doing the smaller one. And this thing is so intense. Very, very smooth, and I'm just gonna say the blush is probably one of the softest blushes, if not the softest that I have ever felt in my life. So that's what those look like right there. Again, this one's very, very strong as far as the highlight goes. And then the blush, I feel like is very, I think it can be worn by a lot of skin tones. It's not necessarily geared towards one or the other. It's kind of that mid-tone shade that you can go with a light hand, which I have to go in with a lighter hand, or you can build it up to the desired intensity. And then again, this one I'm asked about all the time, and it is absolutely worth your time, your money. Super stellar release for 2017. And again, for $22, you can try it out, and that makes it, I feel like that makes it a good deal. At least in my head, it's a good deal. Okay, let's go through some, I've got 4 lip products, and then I'm going to go to the palettes, and then we'll be done, because this is already going to be super long. Okay, so, Huda Beauty, she has been killing it. I have been loving every single thing she has been releasing lately. Her strobe lippies are no exception. This one is in the shade Snobby. These things are, you would think they'd be like very, just gloss, maybe a wash of sheer color, maybe with some sparkle. These things are opaque. So if you've tried them out, you know what I'm talking about. But these things are, I don't even like to wear them on top of lipstick because they're kind of thick and they're so opaque that they make it look too gunky on the lips. So just using this on its own is stellar. One of the standout liquid lipsticks of 2017, I think a lot of people would agree with me, is the Power Matte Lip Pigment by NARS. These things are kind of along the same lines of the Fenty liquid lipstick. Feels like you have nothing on. They're not drying. They don't suck the moisture out of your lips. This is one of my very favorite shades. I had picked up 3. I have one as like a deluxe point perk, so Walk This Way is just, I don't know, I'm thinking, wow, I picked a good shade, because sometimes I don't know which ones to pick if there's just too many options. This is just, it will stay on, I'm not even lying, it stays on all day, and you know, I like to take off my lipstick after I've eaten. I like to reapply with kind of a fresh coat. This doesn't even come off after, like, if I'm eating, if I'm trying to get it off after I eat, lasts all day long. It's rare that I find something that I'm okay with staying on my lips all day long, but this is one of them. They are expensive. I can't remember how much they are. They're probably like $27, $30 each. Ugh, it's so pricey, but it's one of those more high-end luxury items that is absolutely worth it, and you don't need to buy 5 or 6. Buy 1 or 2, just buy 1. It will last you, trust me, quite some time. 2 lippies left. This one, I can't remember if these came out this year or last year. This is new to me this year. It's the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Color Splash lipstick. I got mine, I think, in the spring, and I just got one. I still only have this one, so there are more I want to get. They have gone on sale. They're on sale right now at Sephora for 25% off, and they're like $15.75 from the $21 price tag. These are so amazing. These don't move around on your lips. They stay on. They don't suck all the moisture out, and the pigmentation is incredible. So for a lipstick, which I don't buy a whole lot of stick lipsticks anymore, but for one of these, it is really, really nice. I have mine in the shade Escape, and it's the perfect shade as far as giving you like those pouty type, you know, fuller lips. And again, it doesn't really fade. You don't get that ring on the inside of your lips. These are phenomenal, and I do want to pick up more when the opportunity presents itself. Okay guys, moving into palettes, I'm not going to really spend a whole lot of time on swatches. I'm going to tell you the reasons why these were standouts for me for 2017, but not a whole lot of swatches so that I don't keep you here for an hour. One of them being the Beauty and the Beast by Lorac, the blush palette. This was in conjunction with the movie, so I knew I had to pick a couple of things up, and I did not realize I was going to love this as much as I did. The shades in this are perfect. A couple of highlight shades, or 1 highlight shade and 3 blushes. They are very, very buildable. The Lorac type blush formulation, which we all know to be really, really great. This was no exception. I have been loving this. The Urban Decay Naked Heat. I kept it in its box because I thought it was so unique with the matches in here. The shades, this is everything I want in an eyeshadow palette as far as shades. These type of orangey shades, they make my eye color pop. So if you have green eyes, hazel eyes, these types of shades are what you need to make your eyes pop. And of course, the Urban Decay formulation is usually right on point. This was such a winner for 2017. I was so pleased with it. The next one was a more recent release by Anastasia, and it was the Prism palette. This thing was the quality for the price, you can't beat it. And these shades are stunning. They're opaque. They go on so nicely. They stay on me. They stay on all day. I use a primer. But if you're looking for holiday looks, shades, this has it for you. This thing was amazing. I was very pleased that they released this for basically to I don't want to say kick off 2017, but say goodbye to 2017. I don't know. This is their last holiday palette, or their last palette of the year. So they did it awesome. So the next one is, I told you, Huda Can Do No Wrong, and this has been one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes of all time, the Desert Dusk eyeshadow palette. The shades in here are unique. There's a lot of things in here that I don't have in my collection, and that says a lot. So this was really, really surprising to me that I'm just like, I don't have a lot of these types of shades. I'm so happy. The performance of the shadows, the formulation, they're pigmented, they go on smoothly, they blend well, and then those stunning type shades, I use my finger, goes on like a dream. They sparkle in the sun like I don't have anything else that sparkles like that other than the Stila Glitter and Glow. But these are incredible. This is probably in my top 5 releases for 2017, period. So the next one is the Jouer Skinny Dip. You know I love my metallic foiled eyeshadows. This was no joke. This was everything I had wanted it to be. The only thing I wished was that it came with more shades in here. It's kind of like a bummer to pick up a palette for 6 shades. I hope they do another one though, because this was so incredible. Loved them. If you like metallic, you barely have to dip your fingers in there. I mean, I hardly swirled, and that's what I got. So if you like metallic, if you like foiled, then this is right up your alley. The next one is an early 2017 release, and it was the Tarte Make Believe in Yourself eyeshadow palette. I can't tell you how much I loved this eyeshadow palette. The formulation of these shadows, I apply them with my finger. They go on so strong, so pigmented, and the shades are perfect. Perfect of it's what you would expect of a unicorn, and that was the theme. And so these are just incredible. I know it went on sale. I don't know if it's even still available. It's just because, again, it went on sale and it was a release from earlier this year. But again, these are very, very metallic, foiled, just pigmented eyeshadows, and I was very, very pleased. I am excited and looking forward to their mermaid collection for 2018 because, you know, it's all about Ariel. She was always my favorite, so I'm looking forward to the mermaid collection. But this one of my favorites of 2017. Huda, again, I pulled one. I did purchase all of her highlighter palettes. I just pulled one. I love them all, but just so that I could include it in this video, these are so incredible because it includes a base highlight, so your cream. You have 2 powders, and then you have the blush. These swatch like butter. They're so soft. And they're so, so creamy. It almost feels like a cream, but it's really a powder. So if you are looking for something kind of all-encompassing in a palette, you can't go wrong with the Huda highlighter palettes. They are some of my favorites, so I was really happy to see her come out with these this year. Favorite highlighter palette probably of all time did release this year, and it was the Nicole Guerrero Anastasia highlighter palette, and this thing is... I don't think I own anything else that gives me the kind of glow and intensity that this one does. It's just, there are no words. This one's broken, so I'm not going to really kind of put it over, you know, I don't want it to fall out. Forever Lit arrived kind of shattered, but that's okay. This thing, again, just so many different tones in here, and they are so pigmented. They give such a glow, and what I like is that on every skin tone, it looks a little different. One of the ladies at work was wearing it. This was back when this first released, and I was like, what are you wearing? I need to know. And she said, it's the Nicole Guerrero, and I'm like, I have that. I don't know that it looks like that on me, but I think just for every skin tone, it looks a little bit different, and that's what makes it awesome. So they are very, very soft, and they're just very, very pigmented, not for the faint of heart. Again, for highlighters, that's what that looks like. It's got like this metallic finish to it that is what I think puts it over the edge. So that was probably, that and the Huda Desert Dusk were probably my, and the Fenty lipstick, favorite releases of 2017. Okay, so I just have a couple of things left. The last eyeshadow palette that I have for you was the most recent Too Faced palettes, the Chocolate Gold palette. I have a review coming up on this. It's kind of old news at this point, but I will still put the review up. I actually filmed it a week and a half ago and had not had a chance to edit, but even then it was kind of old news. But I just love the packaging. Very, very different. It stands out. It's nothing like the ordinary. And these shades are, if you love sparkle, if you love foiled and metallic, then this is right up your alley, because these things perform so well. It is one swipe pigmentation. It's incredible. And so for the price tag, it really is a good deal. It's just getting bang for your buck if you like this type of thing. So here's just a few swatches, and let me show you what they look like right there. Again, I have a review coming up here in the next couple of days on this. If you are looking to see what I thought about it, then stay tuned. But obviously, the light bulb just went off in my head that I just gave it away because it's in a 2017 best of. So obviously, I was dazzled by it. I just gave you the answer. So that was my last favorite palette of 2017. Just a couple of other things that I am going to throw in that are not beauty related, because there are other favorites that I had over the course of the year that did not relate to beauty, and there's not a whole lot. There's just a couple. The first is the most recent, and it's the soundtrack to The Greatest Showman. If you have not seen this movie is so incredible. I walked out wanting to turn around and go watch it again. It has been a very, very long time since I have loved a movie that much, that I've walked out with a smile from ear to ear. It's a family movie, so if you are concerned about maybe not being able to take your kids, I honestly think there's really nothing to where you'd have to like cover their eyes or anything like that. It's a really, really great story. It's a musical, so if you don't love musicals, then I'm throwing it out there. It's a musical the whole movie through, but it is one of those in which there is no like downtime. There's no lull. There's no boring parts. It holds your attention from start to finish, and it's got Hugh Jackman, it's got Zac Efron, so it's it's very entertaining. So I highly recommend this, but I had to buy the soundtrack because the songs were so great, and it's been playing on a loop in my car. The other favorite that I have for 2017 in the movie section was Beauty and the Beast, the live version. I grew up on the animated version, and you know I am a geek for all things Disney. It was everything I had wanted it to be. So this was absolutely one of my very favorites for 2017. One of the best movies, I guess, that came out in 2017. Favorite that's going to come up every single year for you is my Bible. This is my favorite book, and so I just highly encourage you, if you don't own one, or if you have one and you don't really dive into it, if you don't read it, 2018 would be a great time to start. This will be reoccurring every single year as best of, as my favorite. This particular one is called the Beautiful Word Bible. I know sometimes y'all ask me, and I like it because it's aesthetically pleasing, I guess you could say. It's just very pretty. It's got watercolor art. It's got like scriptures on the sides and just pretty, calligraphy and things like that. This has been the Bible I've been using for a while now, and I just love it. The other thing I just wanted to mention to you as a best of for 2017, and I actually just got this my husband and I just got it for Christmas, but I had been wanting it because this is such an amazing resource. And it's the NIV version, Exhaustive Bible Concordance. So if you ever are reading your Bible and you come across words that you're like, I have no idea what that means, this is look at all this. There is so much in here. You just look it up, find out what it means right here, and then move on with your reading. So this just really, really helps clarify a lot that may be, you know, misunderstood or, hey, I'm stumped by this. This is amazing. So highly recommend that. Okay, guys, that brings me to the end of the best of mainly beauty for 2017. This was probably, I'm looking, it's 45 minutes, so this has probably been my longest video of life. And so if you needed to skip through that, I completely understand. Before I let you go, I need to give you the verse of the day. Okay, today's comes from Revelation chapter 22, verse 12, and it says, "Look, I am coming soon. My reward is with me, and I will give to each person according to what they have done. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last, the beginning and the end." And of course, we know that to mean to be Jesus, and we know that he is coming soon. I know the world is in chaos. I say this all the time. The world's in chaos, and it's hard to find something you can really trust in because it's easy to worry and get anxious. The wonderful thing is that Jesus never changes, and he is coming soon for those who are looking for him. So I never shove anything down y'all's throats, and if y'all want to turn it off right here and now, I completely understand. I just want to encourage you to just look for Jesus. Invite him into your heart. He can be just he would be the best friend. I can't even tell you I can't imagine life without him. And the wonderful thing about just having that relationship with him is that you know that when he comes back, he's taking you with him. So just wanted to encourage you. I know it can look bleak. Every day is something else, and it's like the news keeps throwing it at you. But with this new year approaching, it's my prayer that you come to know him as your Lord and Savior, and just let him love you with that unconditional love that he gives so freely. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for sticking out this video. I hope you enjoyed and found maybe some few helpful things in here in the best of 2017, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.